talkradio.net.
Here I am, standing at the door, looking back at life as it's been before, holding on to things that might have been, knowing that this day will never come again. As my spirit.
Hi, this is Lainey Risto, and you are listening to and watching Soul Chat in Las Vegas, Nevada. And today we're going to talk about crystal bowls and pyramids, and we've got some different things here we're going to show you. Yeah, different things. It's all family rated, so don't worry about it, But my guest co-hosts are Janie Powers is sitting right next to me. She's been on here before. And Sherry Smith, a friend of mine also, like Janie. She's been on All Talk Radio before, right? When you were, But this is her first time on Soul Chat.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we're, if you're just tuning in or if you've been sitting there patiently waiting, we're sitting under thunderstorms right now in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's... We lost it. Well, let's just record it then. We just record it. So if some of you watched, you were waiting for it to come in. We are sitting under thunderstorms, and I was driving here, and the lightning was hitting the gravel pit, which we can see behind the hill. The last time over from Los Angeles, and you drop in. So you're watching a recorded show. Yeah, he's gonna go out and check that. So anyway, I get to just keep talking though, George, right? Yeah, cool. They didn't unplug me.
You're not off.
No, we're not off. So we are sitting under lightning. A lot of people think it's 100% hot all the time in Las Vegas. That's not true. Actually, it's only hot from like about the beginning of June, July, and August. Then it starts cooling down. I think it's cooling down earlier this year.
Yeah, it's just humid.
Yeah, just humid, because this is our monsoon. If 6 inches of rain gives you a monsoon, this is when we get it. So anyway, we are going to go ahead with the show. If you're watching it, it's probably recorded. Before we start that, I want to say that we are partially sponsored by Spirit Us Reiki Center, 3300 East Sunrise Avenue, Suite 102 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And both these two play there. In fact, you're going to be there when?
Spirit Us on the third Tuesday of every month. We are there.
Third Tuesday of every month,
yes.
Yeah. So, and I follow them the next week. I'm usually on the last Wednesday of the fourth Wednesday of every month. And there is a change in the air. You guys haven't heard it yet, but I am based out of Spirit Us Reiki Center now.
Nice.
So it just got so complicated. I just found that I had to simplify my life. I've been packing, you know how it is. You guys pack stuff everywhere, and I've been packing it for the last 5 years, hither and yon, and Spirit came to me, and a couple of things happened, and I realized it's part of what I learned about myself is I'm tired.
You think?
I'm tired. Yeah, no, I'm tired. But I also realized there's some other things coming up that I need to focus on, and I can't do it without creating space for it.
Yeah.
So that was one of the ways. So my thanks to Karma Connection, because for the last year I've been there going in on one Sunday a month and doing healing circles. And my last one was last Sunday. So thanks to Tracy and her husband Steve, because it's a wonderful shop. Have you guys been there?
I think that, is that the one on Rainbow? Or?
Rainbow. It's actually on Warm Springs and Rainbow.
Yep.
Yeah, right in that Albertson Shopping Center next to Palm Tan if you want to know. She's got some great prices, and she orders anything.
Just neat stuff.
Yeah, she's got good stuff. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is kind of in my face right now, the new moon is tomorrow. Yeah, the new moon. And this new moon is about, usually the new moon is about creating, but this one is interesting in this respect because it's about what fits into your life now and what is feeding your spirit, and the stuff that's not, it's time to let it go. So don't be surprised. I've already got a couple of things that have come up. I had a big one that came up last night, and I ended up talking to someone that I talk to when I'm a little rattled, and I do get rattled, and to help me kind of sort through some things. it's something I've been holding on to, trying to force myself to do it for a long time, and I'm just right up against it. And it's either I'm going to do it because I want to, or I'm going to let it go, because I'm having a tough time sorting between, well, I should do this because I've put a lot of effort into it, and I'm just right in the middle of all of that. So, and I was amazed the amount of pain that came up, internal pain that came up when, because it's the woman that's teaching this, it's about voiceover. It's about doing voiceover that I've been working at for a long time, but I always said I'm going to do this when I get older, when I'm not doing anything else, and that was before I started walking this, focusing on consciously on the shamanic path. And she's a little bitty thing. She's like 5 foot nothing, 73. She's from Manhattan, New York, so she's got that New York attitude, and I can walk in after not seeing her for a while and reading what we call reading down copy, because I'm in her master class and we rehearse it, and I can read it down, and it's just not, I can feel it, I'm just not clicking, and she'll go, "You are at effing train wreck. What is your problem?" Straight out of Manhattan, New York. But she's good. You guys watched My Cousin Vinny? You seen that movie?
Yeah.
So the two guys are on trial, and the Karate Kid is one of the guys. Well, the other kid is hers. And she's trained him, and so I'm in good company, But the pain when she said, "What is your problem? You're a singer. You know how to do this. You're not doing it. You're not." And I mean, it was just like somebody. It might as well have been my mom saying, "What's wrong with you? Why aren't you doing it like I think you should?" And that whole, it was like my chest was on fire. So, and I'm up against it. Am I doing it because I want to make her happy, or am I doing it because I want to?
Yeah.
Famous old question. So there we are. That's what I'm learning about myself, is the old stuff still comes up. And it is. So any of you, if you want to liken it to something that's cleaning out your closet, because I'm having that experience too, where I stand in front of in the closet and I go, where is the woman that bought this stuff, and what was she thinking about? So, and quite honestly, if you're in that kind of mode where you're feeling confused and you don't know if you want to do some things in your life, take your attention off whatever it is and go do something like clean a closet.
Yeah.
That's a good way to let go of that energy. And both Sherry and Janie are energy healers as well, so they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, when you clean out your living arrangements, that helps clean out the clutter in your brain.
And Janie also loves to organize people. In fact,
Yes,
before we started, she goes, "I just love seeing a messy house." And I'm thinking, where were you 2 years ago when I needed you? I've been fighting my way through it for 2 years.
I do love that.
Yeah.
Very much.
So that's what I learned about myself last week. You guys have anything you want to add to that, or something yourself that you're doing?
Shifting and letting go, like you said, when
It's
you've been waiting on for something for so long, and I'm going to do this, and last fall was my first step in what no longer serves me, and being able to just let it go, and it's like taking a deep breath, going, I've lived here 14 years and I've not used this yet.
Someday never comes.
It's not here. It's not going to happen. Somebody else is going to. I did that with about 20 boxes of antiques that I got from my grandmother. I had stored for probably 25 years. I had it stored, and it never came out of the boxes. So you're like, okay, well, somebody else needs to appreciate this. Thank you, grandmother. I love you very much, but I'm not using this. And somebody
I'm
else can.
so glad you brought that up. I have a whole set of dishes she left me, and she died in 1979.
Yeah.
My son wasn't even born yet,
Somebody else will love them and use them, and if you're not using them, then let them go to someone that will love them, and you're just like, and you just thank you, grandmother, and then okay, and she's going, finally, not using them.
Let it go. That's the deal. It's an interesting exercise to go through that stuff, because it's more about emotional attachment, because it's just a thing. I mean, if something happened, if we got struck by lightning and didn't make it back, all of our stuff would be.
Oh,
then my kids have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's one reason I'm doing it, is I don't want my guy. I mean, my
too.
sister, bless her heart, went through my mom's stuff and my grandmother's sister, and there's just huge farm homes. I grew up in the Midwest.
Me too.
Full of stuff, and I'm thinking, I just really don't want that. I don't want to have to go through all that. My children too. So get rid of it now, and I'm even asking them now, come and get it. If you want it, take it. But they're both in the traveling mode and stuff, so they're not ready to settle down.
Oh, I've got my brother and I have to deal with my mom's house the same way, and I'm still looking at mine, let alone going up there in Washington to deal with that.
But you've been lucky because you've kind of gone through it. You have.
Yeah, she's the queen right now.
I'm reaping the benefits of all you're talking about because I'm in a place where I've already done all that stuff and I'm just kind of enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I'm having some judgment coming up here.
You go to her house, and it's great because you know how you don't like to dust because there's so much crap you got to dust.
You have to dust?
Is very simple.
Oh no, there's something else I got to do.
Well, yeah.
But I'm living in a little one-bedroom apartment right now by myself for the first time in 67 years.
I remember having that conversation with you a couple of weeks ago. You were just going, I just love my life. I'm going, oh my God, I'm so jealous, because for the most part, I love mine. I've just got some corners that are like driving me crazy. Yeah. And that's one reason she's an inspiration to me because I see without all that stuff, you're just more calm and relaxed. And, just in the houses that I've organized too, their bedrooms are full of so much. And I'm thinking, how do you sleep? They're like, I just can't sleep. And I'm like, well, look at all the stuff in your room. It's like living in your arteries that are choked with plaque, I walk into my bedroom and I get tired because my bedroom is for me to sleep, meditate, and read, and that's it. I don't do anything else in there, and it's like I need to just relax. And when I walk into my bedroom, it's just like, this is what this room's for. I don't have a TV in my room. No, I haven't. I don't do that.
I don't either, but I have a pyramid in mine.
Of course you do. She sleeps under a pyramid?
Yes, she does.
Wow, is that a good lead into what we're going to talk about? Way to go, Sherry. You weren't going to say anything too, right? Holy smokes, Yeah, that's good. Well, and just to touch back on the new moon, because most people believe that when you have the full moon and it goes into the waning side and it's coming off of it, that's the time to let go of things. Mm-hmm. But and then the new moon is when you create new stuff. Mm-hmm. But this new moon is about making the things fit. You're creating your own self, recreating your own self. So relationships, things, we've been talking about things, but relationships too. I know several people that are holding on to friendships that they used to have in the past. Oh, we hit a chord on that one. You keep holding on to them, and really, it's a hard question to say. Is this relationship feeding my spirit? Mm-hmm. Yep. What is feeding my spirit? And all of that, you have to let go of the stuff before you can allow the new stuff to come in.
Thank you. So. Yes.
Yeah, we hit a nerve on that one, didn't we? Okay, we're going to talk.
Nerve. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So onward, we're going to move onward to crystal bowls and pyramids. And Janie has been on here about several things before. Yes. You can see her on several other shows, but the way I got to meet both of these gals was what? Wow, it's been 2010. That's 5 years ago.
Wow,
yeah.
I guess it has been.
Been
a while.
We were all at another facility in town, another center in town, and we've all moved on. Spiritual work is like that. It's not about staying in the same place. It's about growth and moving on. Yep. Really, that's when it's working. And so we've all kind of moved on. But Janie and Sherry got back together. It was kind of going that way anyway.
Yeah, because you were coming to my circles and playing at the circles, and then when I kind of left there, she's like, "Oh, well, if you want me to play, where you go?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then
she goes, "Oh yeah, I want a partner."
That sounds good. And it was ironic because so many people at that center were pairing up and doing workshops together, and I was thinking, well, I do everything by myself, and I don't.
I was doing everything by myself too. But I always come out and talk to you guys.
With you too.
Yeah. So, that's great. Well, and Sherry has done that. We've done a couple of things, back at, and I'm going to be back out at the Meadows on the 28th.
Yes,
and that's what I need to ask you guys because she's setting up for Soul Sunday again.
We were talking about
so if you want to do that in Sunday, take like the second one or the first one. I got to figure out when she's going to do it, the second or the fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's go. Let's talk about how we all got into this because we all came into the crystal bowl parts. I use it in addition to what I do. I can't say that I do it specifically and focused like you do. But it's because the sound is tremendous. People just love it. So Sherry, tell them how you worked for what? The state or the county? Didn't you retire from them?
I worked for the government.
The government, yeah. We'll just say the government.
I worked
That'll
at the
cover
test
the
site
whole.
for 20 years.
Yeah, and then did you retire or did you burn out or what happened?
Well, I started my spiritual journey before I retired, and then I realized after I got into this that I needed to retire. I had to get away from that and do the other stuff. And then I just went to a meditation one night where he had about 10 bowls around his house, and I asked him if I could play them. So about an hour later, I finally went home and went out and bought one.
That's what I like about you, Sherry, is that when you find something, you go, oh, I like that. I want that,
That's right. That was about 12 years ago, and I just played them for myself for a long time, and then I was at a spiritual center I go to, and we decided to do a meditation, and then one night we decided, well, let's just lay down and see what they feel like on your body. So then that led to body work with the bowls. And
yeah, because you're a licensed massage therapist as well.
So it just goes on and on and on.
It does. One thing
I don't know what's next. So
yeah, but you're open. See, that's the thing.
Right.
You're open.
Yes.
And that's what's important. So the sound is what called you. It's amazing how spirit talks to us in different ways.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Well, I can't sing. I can't read music. I couldn't do anything else, and this is how I can be musical.
But that's what's the beauty of it. If somebody wants to go buy one and bring it home, of course it's addictive. You get one and you want another one, and then there's this little one, and there's this big one. So we'll kind of get into a little bit of the history on this because it's ancient.
Yeah,
really ancient. And then I'll get to show people the thing that happened not long ago. I mean, this is new. What I've got sitting over here. So within the last 8 years.
Nice.
So, okay. So, what about you, Missy? Because you've
kind
of done it. You've done a lot.
I do a lot with different sounds, and with my training that I had, I automatically started doing voice. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why am I making these tones when I'm working on people? And I just kind of went with the flow of it. So, and when Sherry does the bowls, I do the meditation to bring people into a relaxative state so that they can get the benefits. Because a lot of people, if you say sit down and relax and feel this, they're like, yeah, right, I can sit down and relax. And the bowls do help. They do help a lot, but I give them that visual for those that really need something to help them bring them down. And Sherry jokes because I talk all the time.
Well, you found the perfect partnership, I think.
Yeah. She likes it because she didn't have to talk. Right. So it works out really well that way.
Yeah, she plays the bowls and you talk.
Yeah, and I talk. And then we'll stop, and I won't continue talking. I will just lead them into the meditative state, and then the bowls will just take them
where
away.
They need to go. Yeah.
And occasionally I'll take the bowls around to the people also and go up and down their bodies if that's guided as well. So not as much that, and sometimes you have the bells and we have chimes, and I mean it's a whole little like orchestra thing going on.
Yeah, I think my first really interactive, I mean I always knew that they were out there. I didn't really have an interaction with the bowl directly myself until I was sitting in Sedona, Arizona, and somebody came in. It was at the end of a workshop we were doing, just a weekend workshop, and some people came in and brought gongs and crystal balls and different sounds, and they went on for 45 minutes. That was the fastest 45 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
And I went, I got to have some of these. So I picked up, I didn't pick up one the first time, I picked up three. So, because I went, and it makes a D minor chord, and I'm being a musician, I went, I like D minor, so that's how that rolled. And then I use it as part of what I do. It's not the thing that I do. If I take a sound, it's usually the drums or the rattles. Yeah. And I'll use the sound as a lot of finishing touch. But I have noticed in the places that I've been, whether it's in you guys stuff or somebody else, the sound truly does take. Now I've gone into the tuning forks. I have a set of Fibonacci forks that are tied to the Fibonacci code, and that's an amazing experience. And I can do things with that if the person I'm working with is not into the shamanic path and the things that I do, I can do some of the same things with the sound, because the sound, literally, we're all vibration. And so what the bowls do is they will line up with your vibration, or they'll pull your vibration to a certain place if that's where it needs to go. So just think about it. Everything, if you put everything is on an oscilloscope, there is a vibration of some kind that goes on there. Yeah. So, and how old is it? Does anybody know?
Well, my understanding with the crystal bowl, the Tibetan bowls go back thousands of years.
Thousands of years. Yeah, let's hold this up here so people can see it and get a good look at it. And it's hollow, looks like this, and they're hammered, right?
Those ones are
this
hammered,
one. This
they?
one is a hammered one. Yeah. So I'm just going to ring it a little bit. Can they hear that? Can you hear that? Oh, George is over going, ah.
If you hold it up off the rubber, it will probably play better.
Off the rubber plate in my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get it closer to the mic here. I don't know if this is going to work.
That's tapping. It's the best way to do it.
There it goes. You can hear it keep going, okay? So these are called Tibetan brass bowls, right? And they're different sizes. You can get enormous ones. I have a little one that I always pack around with me. Well, I used to when I was packing things around with me, which I'm not doing anymore. So, and this is it, and that's all you have to do. I mean, the only trick in it that I've found is some people go too fast.
Yeah.
And then they need to slow it down.
Yeah.
So that's thousands of years old. Now, what about the crystal bowls?
Well, the research that I have, and I'm going to bring this out because trying to
Good.
remember all of this is very challenging for me. Crystal bowls have been used in healing modalities since 1980s. While some people speculate on the use of crystal singing bowls in ancient cultures, I'm aware of no direct evidence of their use. However, interesting enough, in a merger of new and ancient technology, the computer industry was very high quality pure silicone quartz crystal bowls used to grow pure silicone chips for their computers.
Oh, so it came out of the chip industry.
If their bowls were not precise enough, they were thrown out. Apparently, someone on the way to the trash bin discovered that they had an incredible pure sound also and decided to stop discarding them. This birthed the singing crystal bowl industry.
Wow. And that was in the 80s. That makes sense. That's when the computer industry was coming up. You didn't know that, did you, George?
Yeah. So these have only been around for a few decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit. So play that, and see. Let them hear it. So imagine. Come back, Janie. Hello. So imagine that in a room. And you guys, I was in a room where there was probably a couple hundred people, 200-300 people.
Wow.
And so we had this whole stage that was doing that. But it's a random thing. You follow the sound. At least I do, when it comes to playing and how you're going to do it.
Yeah. And that's what I tell people in the meditation. I said, if I say something or you feel something different, just let your body go where it goes. I could tell you, feel this in your heart, or feel this in your mind, or feel this in your stomach, but that might not be where that resonates for each person. So I usually just say, let your mind go where it needs to go, and feel the energy and the vibration wherever you need to feel it.
So, and this is a silicone crystal bowl. Is that what this is? Pure crystal, or is it quartz crystal, or are they the same thing?
I have no idea. I don't study this
I just
stuff.
like the way it
play 'em.
sounds. Yeah.
I just bought them because I like to.
Well,
know that I play 'em.
the clear crystals, I believe, are completely clear. That's why they're called clear. So I believe this is probably quartz. I don't know if it's different.
Well, and you
I
can
think
find
this is a quartz one.
Yeah.
You can find the ruby quartz. You can find
The red
different
ones.
ones, the
Yeah.
red ones
And they got the ones that you hold
in your
too.
hand. Those are
Yes.
incredible.
Oh,
They're just
my.
all a little more expensive than I want to pay right now.
Oh, but if you had the money, I'm sure you would.
I would, and I
yeah,
will.
she'd be
I
there
will
right
have
there.
some.
And when we get a place that we're at all the time, and she's not loading them and
That's
unloading
right.
them and such, so yeah, you got to pack them kind of careful. We did
Yeah, you do.
discover a few weeks ago we were at a crystal bowl. Sherry was on vacation and we weren't with her bowls. We were using the facilities bowls, and somebody was playing them too fast. If you play them too fast, they will shatter and explode.
It's like a wine glass,
Yeah.
that, and you've seen people play with wine
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah.
It will do the same thing. And sound. You've seen there's a famous commercial. I can't think of what it is. There's an opera singer or something that
Yeah.
sings and shatters that.
Oh, yeah.
It's vibration. It's the sound vibration.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
it
whole
did.
thing.
It sounded like something dropped from like 100 feet up in the air and just cracked right there. It just exploded. And she said for days and days she was finding
Pieces.
the tiniest of slivers.
So you do need to play them slower than
Very
faster.
slow, yes.
Yeah.
And gently.
And gently, yeah. And I watch people. I used to, when I was packing mine around, which I don't anymore. I wasn't packing them even when I was packing drums and everything, because it just, for one thing, it was too much. And people, having people show up and they want to play with them and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And these are, this bowl is probably $100 or so.
I don't know. Somebody gave that one to me.
Oh, love that. You
Yeah.
know. But a bowl like this.
This one cost me $200.
That's a good deal on
Quite a
that
few
bowl.
years ago.
Yeah.
So they're a lot more than that now.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I've seen the ones where you can stick your whole head down in them because they're huge.
And have you
bowls.
heard them put sound down in the bowl while it's ringing?
Oh.
That's
yeah.
what they did. That's what really hooked me, is because
Wow.
this guy walked over to this big bowl that was about like that, and he put his head down in it, and he just put out this low tone, and it just,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And I was talking
I just
to-
gave her an idea.
And if I could figure out how to do it, I was talking to somebody a while ago, and they said they went to this spa somewhere down on the Gulf Coast, and they had really, really big bowls that it took like 2 and 3 people, and they would get them playing, and then they would walk them down into this swimming pool. And
Oh,
they
man,
said
that's fun.
It was just rippling, that it was just unbelievable.
Okay, you guys got to come to my house. We'll surround the pool,
there you go.
and then we'll take turns climbing in the water.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be
Sounds
cool?
like fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't
But they
have a
were-
big pool. I
They
just
were
got a
taking
little
the
kidney-shaped
bowls
pool.
right down in the water.
They were taking the bowls down in the
Yes,
water
so
and
it
playing
was-
them in the water.
It was really vibrating everything.
So they were like holding them above the water.
I didn't see it, but that's what they said.
Wow. Yeah.
Something to try.
Yeah. That's
Wow,
interesting.
that could be. When are you guys busy? When are you free?
So do we need copper to set them on, or what kind of?
Well, these big guys held them. From
holding
what I
while they
understand, is they
played
were
'em.
really big bowls, and there was took 3 guys.
So they
to
must have
hold
had their
them.
hands underneath them because it's got to have room to vibrate.
Probably.
It's got to.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
It just sounded cool to me.
We'll just have to Google that
We'll just
right
try it.
up.
Well, and so I want people to understand that, because we have a tendency, I think, as humans to think that I'm not affecting you sitting there and I'm not affecting you because there's this distance between us. But think about it. So that sound is hitting all 3 of us at the same time. So you get one that shatters.
Yeah.
What does that do to the people that are standing besides
Yeah.
there's glass or
Well, if
whatever
they- yeah.
flying,
I don't know. I didn't thought about
Well,
that.
and
We're all in community.
Yeah,
We're always in
right.
community.
yeah, and it doesn't matter what part of the universe you're in. When you breathe, I breathe. It's the same air, so we're connected. If you
Yeah.
think about that. We're all connected by the space between us.
Because we have a tendency to think that we're all by ourselves.
No.
That I don't have any effect on anybody.
George
and
is like, oh, universe.
he wonders why when he goes home after my show, he's kind of going like this.
Feel something
Something
twitching.
weird.
Well, and then if you're going to look at it that way, then when the bowl cracked, it had something to do with him, and everybody was there, and the
That's right.
room, and it was
That's
just
right.
this whole big thing that
Yeah.
came together that created this.
Because you can't, it's the Rumi saying that says the wings of the butterfly can affect the winds on the other side of the world.
Yes. Yes.
One breath.
Beautiful.
One breath can add to the wind on the other side. Now, people go, well, how does that work? Because there's thousands of miles between. But in time, it will affect everything. So that's the metaphor of these, is what's going on.
Yep.
What? So where else do you play around? Because you're here in town.
Every
in Las
Monday
Vegas.
night. Every Monday night we do a support group. Starts from 6 to 7, and it's real casual, kick back. And if you're not there at 6, it's all good. From 6 to 7, you can show up anytime. And then at 7 o'clock we do the Crystal Bowl meditation.
But it's at the Sophia Center, and it's women only.
Yeah, it's
That
a
one.
women-only support group because we
Okay,
found.
guys, women only. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you can come down and hope to get in. It
Yeah,
won't work.
yeah, and even a guy asked me the other day if he could cross-dress, and I'm like, well, that's a possibility.
How do you deal with that? All right.
I mean,
Next.
if he's feeling his feminine side, so I'm pretty open to a lot of stuff, but it just a lot of the women when they come to that are working with situations that they just need a lot of love and support, and
Right.
that's what we're there for. And sometimes, and I love having men in the circle. I think it's great having the energy, but sometimes the women group just does something. It just does
Now you're
something.
into the thing where dogs need to be with dogs, cats need to be with cats,
Yeah, and I
and it
don't
doesn't mean
necessarily
that you
believe
don't
that.
intermingle. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you don't
No.
affect each other, but the support for who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the only one that's women only. is
Yeah,
that
that's the
Monday.
only one, and we're
And
there
that's every Monday night?
Every Monday night, Sophia Center for Goddess Study, and that's on Jones and Smoke Ranch,
So that's up in the northwest
up in
part
the
of
northwest
the city.
part of the a block from my house, so it's close.
No wonder it's every Monday night,
Right.
you know? Yeah.
It does make it nice, and then we are at a center. It's called Oasis to Zen.
Oh, yeah, that's
we're there-
where Cozy is.
Yep, we're there twice a month. The second and the fourth Friday. The second Friday we do a Reiki share with the Crystal Bowl meditation.
And the
See, I think
And the
that's
pyramid. Yeah.
dynamite
They're
for a
getting,
Reiki share.
They're getting 3 because they got the pyramid, they got the bowls, and then we go around and give them Reiki. So they walk out of there just kind of like, whoa. They just fly. And then the fourth Friday, we are there and we do our drumming share where it's one person sits in the middle and everybody gets to walk around them. It's a community kind of.
Oh, that's cool.
With
Yeah,
drums and
everybody gets to do
noisemakers.
the drums, and the person that's on the chair, and we all take turns on the chair. Cherry and I even get a turn in that one. When you're there, you're just kind of laying there, and it's just kind of moving around you, and it's a chaotic meditation, I think, is how you,
Yeah.
you describe it. And
It's
because
hard, you have to experience
yeah,
it.
you're hearing the thunder stick, you're hearing rattles, you're hearing shakers, you're hearing drums, and you're hearing it from people that are brand new a lot of times, have never done it. So their energy is going into this, which is beautiful because a lot of these people maybe have never rattled or taken a drum, and they are meditating. So you are healing while you're giving and receiving.
Right.
So it's a group, and that's on Rancho and Alexander, right by the VA. There's a place called Oasis to Zen, and then we are at Spirit Us, like we said earlier, and we are at the Salt Room. I don't know if you've been to the Salt Room.
Oh,
yet.
I've been there. I'm intending to call her.
It's a whole other experience.
It is.
It's a
I was up
cave.
there.
It's playing the bowls in a salt
Yeah,
cave.
in a salt
I
cave.
would imagine.
I mean, your roof to ceiling to floor, everything's
Yeah.
rock salt, crystal. It's just with the bowls in there. It's just amazing. She does the halo therapy, so you get this mist of salt, which helps clear out the respiratory tract and any congestion, allergies that you have. It helps to clear that out.
Yeah.
So you're getting some mind clarification as well. And we have quite a few regulars that are kind of addicted to that come every month. So
yeah. If I was closer, I'd be at that one too.
Yeah.
Although I am going to talk to her
Yeah.
about going up and doing
a
some,
special.
because I sat in for somebody that does meditations who was doing them every Saturday. She's moved to every first and third, so I was
Yeah.
going to go up and see about
cool.
stepping in,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
seeing what's going on. I loved singing in there.
Oh, I
I
bet.
bet.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll just take you into La La Land.
Yeah,
And-
and I
yeah.
think the point of all of this, we've said it a couple of times now, that the drums, the crystal bowls, it puts people into community without having to talk to them to do it.
Yeah.
Because everybody is sharing the same sound. It's
Yeah.
everybody is, and I think have you done anything for the vets?
Not specifically.
You have to watch sound. What I found with PTSD.
I bet. With
You have to,
the-
because
yeah.
some people can't stand it, and yet the drumming circles that I was doing with Jane McGuire, that didn't seem to bother them.
Yeah.
But I think it's because they were part of it.
They were playing too,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were playing too.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It would
this
make a
is
difference.
so pervasive. I mean, this is just. I mean, in a room, the sound fills the whole room. So it's like you're sitting in a sound
yeah.
bath.
Yeah, we've had a couple people that had challenges, and I believe it's because, as you know, when people are experiencing the vibration, it works on an internal healing.
Yes.
And a lot of times stuff may be coming up that they're just not really ready to let come up yet, and it kind of shifts them in a different way. If you bring somebody in that has never experienced any of this can go very deep sometimes. It can go very mild and very gentle, but
Yeah.
it might go deep, and it might be stirring stuff up that they might not have been ready for. But very seldom have we ever had anybody that, it's not for me. I mean, this is pretty general.
We had a 2-month-old baby last Monday night
Yes.
that slept through the whole thing.
Yes.
He loved it.
He loved it.
And animals love this.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
The same thing.
Yeah.
And it's so just imagine sitting, if the listeners can imagine it, and there are several things you can go to Amazon and type in Crystal.
Bowls.
Is your CD on Crystal Bowl?
No, and I don't have a copy of it. I do have a CD available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Inner Rhythm Experience.
Yeah, and it's good. I know
meditation.
several
It's
people
good.
that got it. I have
Yeah.
it. I've used it.
Yeah.
A
Me
few
too.
times I've got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? You write your own stuff, and then you go,
And
I
then
should
you
use
just-
my own
Yeah,
stuff.
I think I'll use my own.
Yeah, I joke around with Sherry. People taking Sherry home with them.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
that's
and
right.
it is. And we've had quite a few of our regulars that do buy the CD because then they can go home and
Right.
that maybe they can't get there every week or once a month they can't get there. So then they have the ability to work with it at home. But having it live is definitely very powerful because
Yeah.
you feel it too. I think you can feel it somewhat with the CD, but it's not the same as live.
It's not the same.
It's
Not
not
It's
the
good,
same.
but not
It's
the
not the same. But it's that's really
Yeah.
well said. It's good, but it's not quite the same
Right.
as
Yeah.
sitting in the room with
Yeah.
it. So tell me, what else? I see you got a whole lap full of notes there.
Well,
so is there
the other
something
thing
in there you want to
that
bring
I wanted
up?
to speak of is the pyramid healing.
Okay, so tell me, first of all, tell me about how did you do that? Because this was your deal, right? You created the pyramid.
I had somebody that was building pyramids, and he built me one, and I slept in it for a long time.
Okay, now you got to tell them what it is because
It's a copper pyramid. It's 4 copper pipes that make the pyramid, and then copper wiring that goes around the bottom. So it's energetically enclosed, but the sides are open. I mean, it's an open
right.
pyramid.
It's just a framework.
Right.
It's a framework.
Yeah.
And the beauty of a pyramid is because it's got all the sacred angles in it.
Right.
For one thing, you've got what is it? Is it 85? I can't remember. 45.
See,
I
we
think.
don't get real
No
technical.
idea.
Okay.
We don't
There
get
are
technical.
some-
We just know it works.
The shape of the pyramid, other than the fact everybody's familiar with, even children know about the pyramids in
Pyramids.
Egypt.
Uh-huh.
They don't know where it is. They don't know how to
Right.
get there, but
They know about pyramids.
But it's the four sides on the base
Mm-hmm.
stand for reality, and then the triangle is a sacred because it's the you can say it's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You can say it's the earth. You know, I mean, you can go
Mother, Father,
mind, body,
Spirit.
spirit.
Yeah.
You can go many directions.
Yeah.
So when the callback beat that I use for the shamanic healing circles is 7 beats, and there's the 7. So you get the 4 sides and the 3. So that's sacred shape. So tell us what you've got there.
Well, a geometrical shape is formed by 4 equilateral triangles, the same size at the base. Pyramid is a Greek word consisting by 2 words, pira and mid. Pira means fire, mid means core center. The pyramids were discovered in many parts of the world, but Egypt is the most that most people are familiar with. It has been said that it can help you heal, and this is, like I said, this is just out of many different researches. Wounds, boils, bruises, reduces weight, increases resistance to disease, helps cure asthma, toothaches, migraines, common cold. It goes on and on. It's just a help healer in many, many aspects. Some people use it to actually energize their water. They put their water under their pyramid, and it makes it taste better, and it's better absorbable, more high, whatever. Like I said, I don't get real technical with it, but people, if you put bananas underneath it, you can buy the little pyramids at the stores, even the wooden ones. If you put bananas underneath them or avocados underneath them, they're not going to go brown as quick. So that's showing you those 2 things usually go brown.
I could probably
really
save
quick.
myself money
Yes.
because I never get to the doggone things. You know why?
And it does. It helps. And Sherry sleeps in one every night. She's fortunate enough to have one
sleep
under
really
her bed.
good.
Yeah. And like I said, it has extraordinary. It just goes on and on and on. But it has been used in ancient times for certain things, but we're allowed to be able to bring it's a portable one. So we take it to places that we go, and we set it up, and people get to sit inside of it.
Do you have that picture? Yeah. I'm going to have George put it up.
Yeah. People sit inside of it, and it's powerful. It's powerful. I'm just going to see on my back page here if I have a couple things. Supernatural source of power of energy of the universe. No side effects. I mean, you can sit in the pyramid.
It's not going to hurt.
No, it's not going to hurt you at all.
It's not going to hurt you at all.
It helps to achieve the altered state of consciousness, which helps you to get into a deeper state. You know, when you're inside the pyramid, and we've had many people. I mean, we have a lot of people addicted to that as well. They're like, "Oh, the pyramids, we got to go there," because it does help those that have difficulties meditating can sit in the pyramid. It seems to make it easier for them.
Right.
You know, because they can get into that space, and they can, sometimes they'll lay down, or sometimes they're setting up, but they get into that altered state much easier.
Do you have that picture? Yeah. George is going to put up a picture that you emailed to me.
So yeah, and it's just, I mean, we had 25 people in there once. They were sitting
Not
sitting
in the
there.
pyramid. We had 14 people actually sitting in the pyramid
once,
one time. They were like sitting back to back, so they were leaning on each other. But
And so how long did they sit there?
Probably
about 45 minutes.
Yeah, about 45 minutes probably, yeah. Between the meditation, and then I stop talking, and then just the bowls go for a while, and then I usually go around doing individual healings, and then the bowls, then I'll talk again and bring it back out. Sometimes we'll do it 2 to 5 minutes with absolutely no sound at the end, just so they can feel and process.
Well, I'm sure that sound, and it doesn't stop just because the bowls stop ringing.
No, yeah.
Because the bowls will ring for an incredibly long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's why Sherry's... She always jokes that she's not a musician, but when she plays, you're a magician. How about that? We'll call her a musical magician.
And you heard it live, folks, right here on Soul Chat.
Sherry's a magician of musician, a musician. But it's just truly magical because you feel it, and the people that are there the first time, they're just like, you can just see it in their face when they come back. And don't come right back. Let yourself come back slow, because some of them are like, whoa.
Yeah, it takes a while. Have you had to bring anybody out?
There's been a few times where I've actually had to go back and actually touch them, and everybody else is going, oh, what's wrong with that guy? And it's like, he's just really deep. Come back into the room, feeling your toes again.
You have hands on the end of arms. You have feet on the end of legs.
Yeah, and they're like, no. And then a lot of people just say, I don't want to come back.
Yeah.
They keep their eyes closed, but I don't want to come back.
Yeah. Did you find that, George? Did you get it up? Yeah.
Yay.
It's up right now? No, I had it up a couple times. Oh, okay. That's good.
Then they got to see.
That's good. So I'm going to show the new thing on the block over here.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I pulled it out. And Sherry, I think you'd seen it before, hadn't you? Yeah. I don't Janie you hadn't seen it before.
She zoned me out. Really.
So I'm going to hand this to Sherry so I can set this down right here. So I was in Joshua Tree, California, last year or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell. I don't even know what day it is half the time anymore.
You've been traveling a lot lately.
So I'm going to, I don't travel as much now as I used to, but this is a crystal pyramid. Okay? So I'm going to set it down here for a minute. Can you still see it on the thing, George? If it's, kind of, you'll see the top. And and I'll hold it up. I was in Joshua Tree, California, and I was at a Medicine for the Earth conference, which is something that I can teach. And I was actually supporting and experiencing a whole 5-day, because you can teach Medicine for the Earth in 3 or 4 or 5. And I went on a journey, and Spirit came to me, and they said, we want you to start playing a crystal triangle. And I said, well, okay. I mean, you see them in orchestras and bands, you'll see them playing. And I went, well, that's kind of weird, but okay. Not like what I do isn't weird, right? So I went, well, all right, that's fine. And I had remembered that my oldest daughter who lives in Chicago, had been to a workshop where somebody had talked to her about, she says, Mom, they were the coolest things. And I think this is something that I could see you doing this. So she gave me the name of the guy. I called him up. I got to talking to him. And he said, well, you do know, and the name, I can't even remember the name now. It's a very German name, Dieter something, Schmidt or something, very German. You can hear it. When you hear it, you know it's German. And he said, well, you know how these came to be, don't you? And I said, no. And now it would be 10 years ago. At that time, it was like 8. He said, well, 8 years ago, and he said this man's name, he was in Joshua Tree, California on a vision quest out in the middle of the desert, and they gave him the dimensions for this and told him to go home and make them. So he did. So that blew me away, because I was in Joshua Tree, California. That's the first time I'd ever been there, and I got that message. So that kind of synchronicity stuff, that's when you go, well, okay, say we're crazy, but it happens.
Yeah.
You know? So this is, I'm going to hold it up now. This is a crystal. Oop, yeah, and there it goes. Crystal pyramid. And I use it a lot when at the end, like I'll go over the body with it. I'll use it at the end of a healing circle, and it spins. So you can spin it and let the vibration go with it. So it's going to unwind now. So imagine adding that to the sound. And in an orchestral setting, you can see what happens. Now, I just dropped it over Janie's head before we went on the air.
Yeah.
Or tried to go on the air. Are we on the air now? We don't know if we're on the air now. But it's an amazing sound, and this thing, and see, it's still going.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling it.
Yeah. And the thing is it's just like the crystal bowls. You can have the sound. You can have a small one. They got a big one that I want to get, because it's like it's bong. It's like Big Ben, you know.
Oh.
But it's an amazing experience, and I've seen people that maybe have come to a circle for the first time, and they don't necessarily believe. They're kind of checking things out, and I can still see them on the edge. And once I use that, then they go, okay, something's going on now, because it stays with you, and and I used it a lot when I used it a few times with the veterans, and even the ones that had PTSD.
Wow.
Would say, you know, that is, and I'd hear from them later, that was the best night's sleep I'd had in a long time.
Nice.
And I keep telling people that are very scientifically oriented, they want to know, you've run into them, you know, they want to know, okay, why does this work and where's the proof? And it's really hard, because this is an experiential form, which means it's results-based. So you have to talk to people that have actually experienced it, used it in their life, been able to do something with it, you know, and see what goes on. I believe healing happens with everything that happens, even if you could just sit in a room for somebody, you know, and look and be nice to them, or even just listen to their story, whatever it is. Healing happens.
Yes.
Especially if it comes from an authentic place.
Yep.
Yep.
Makes a difference. This is when we were talking earlier about quartz crystal, clear crystal. They have bowls that look like this, and those are the clear crystal bowls, where this is the quartz crystal, you can see.
Well, and this is crystal as well.
Yep.
So that's the player on it.
Yeah.
So It's
like you said, the healing for some, they need they're left brainers.
Yeah, the analytical dudes.
And I stepped out of that brain a long time ago.
Oh, I'm not sure I ever
I was
found
never
it.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think every time I tried to find it, it hurt.
I don't think I had one.
yeah. It's one of those. That's the left stuff, isn't it? Numbers and logic. Let's go.
I got to
over
tell
here.
you, the last time I got to share this. The last time I did a full moon ceremony. Now, have you been to a full moon ceremony when I merged with the spirit of the moon? So the most I had done it is for like 20 minutes. The last blue moon ceremony that we did on July 31st.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because it was out at Spiritus, and I knew it was going to be between 30 and 40 people, And so I thought, okay. And I should have known because I went, and it was one of those nights that I bought flowers, so everybody got to hold a flower and, under the moon. And we were at about 35 people, and I'm looking down, and Wayne is sitting right over, and he says, I think we're going to get to 40 people, and he's got chairs stacked up ready. We ended up at 54.
Wow.
And we had
Nice.
like 10 to 16 people that either canceled at the last minute for legitimate reasons, or the couple of people got lost and couldn't make it. So we would have been up to 70 people pretty easy
Nice.
in the situation. But in order for me to do what I did, which is I merge with the spirit of the moon, and then the moon goes around the circle. But people say, well, you were there. Well, no. Kind of not,
His body was there.
This body was there, and I always have somebody help me, guide me around, because it's that energy, to hold that energy. Well, normally it's like 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I went around for 45 to 50 minutes. So the next day, what brought this up is when you said adding numbers. The few numbers I could add, I couldn't add in my head for about 4 days, It's the energy again.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting if you could have put an oscilloscope to my head while this was going on to see
what
what was going on,
was going on there.
Yeah.
Measuring that energy, and I think science is beginning to merge with the metaphysical somewhat.
It's getting closer. I think the closest, I was just talking to somebody this morning and telling them the closest scientific explanation for the energy that we work with is quantum physics.
And see, that's way over for me.
Well, it's way over for a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it's really theoretical. It's the thing of everything. All experiences are happening simultaneously, and they get down to the atoms and what they're doing, and look at it as a metaphor is what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's pretty deep.
Yeah, and that's like there's no past lives. It's all happening. Your past lives are happening now, and your future's happening now. It's like, have you seen the movie Cloud
Interstellar?
Atlas? No.
Oh, Cloud Atlas.
Cloud
yeah.
Atlas.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Now you guys are getting into stuff I know.
I know. I knew George was going to jump in. I could feel it coming.
All right.
I could feel it coming. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Interstellar. Have you seen Interstellar?
I've heard. I think I did.
Have you seen that one, George?
Yeah, I seen it like about 2 weeks ago, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those that
Yeah.
the first time. I mean, you're so busy trying to keep track of where they're going.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready to watch it again.
Yeah,
because it's something.
Jupiter Rising is it called Jupiter?
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending. Yes, that one was really good. Have you seen that?
No, it's showing up on Netflix
Oh,
now.
you got to watch that one. Have you seen that one yet, George? Either that Jupiter Ascending.
No, I didn't get to see that one yet.
Oh,
I will watch
It's
it.
on
You gotta
Netflix.
watch
Oh,
that.
it is?
I think so.
Yeah.
If it
think
is, then
so.
I guess I know what I'll be watching.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to watch that. That one was like it helped me understand a lot of the visions that I get. Let's just say.
Well, and those kind of movies are the ones that you can watch them once and then put them away for a while and come back out and you go, I don't remember seeing this before, but I know I was here. Which just says that your mind is, you're growing. You're
Yeah.
growing. You're
Yep.
opening up to things that are more weird.
Yep. And the new one that just came out, the new Ant-Man. That makes you think about
Really?
stuff a little
Because
bit.
I looked at
I've
that
heard
and
it's good.
I looked at
fun
that and
it's
I
cute,
went,
but it's,
I think that's for the kids. I'm not sure that's for me.
You might enjoy it too. Yeah, I just watched it, and it's got some stuff in it that'll make you think a little bit.
Did you
about the
see Inside
possibilities.
Out?
I think I have. Yes. I'm trying to remember.
That's a cartoon.
Inside Out.
Oh yeah, but the brain's
But
up in
it's
the
an
head.
it's an
Yeah.
adult. I mean, the kids will get off on the characters, but the parents are sitting there going, "Oh, that's
like,
what
she's
was
talking
going
to us. She's
on."
talking to us. Oh, we're supposed to be paying attention right now.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
an interesting show
It's a
too.
good one.
So thanks for everybody tuning in because we kind of went all over the
Yeah.
place here, but that's really good. So we have, where are you, every Monday night?
Every Monday night we're at the Sophia Center, and you know what? I've got it if they are interested. Right here, I do have info on the addresses.
Yeah.
Oop, that's not the one.
Oh, that's good. I should do that because I get into this situation and I'm sitting here relying on my memory, which is just
I literally
like,
have
what?
the Sophia Center for Goddess Study is 6034 Smoke Ranch Road, and if you go under sophiagoddesscenter.org.
You'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Spirit Us, we are there, and you're there as well.
I'm there
And that
all
is,
the time now.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's 4780 West End Road, number 4 north.
Nope.
Oh, that's Spirit Within You, sorry.
Okay, you got to change it because
yep,
Wayne
sorry.
will go, what did you do? You're
Yes,
sending
I'm
them all.
so sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're not there anymore anyway. Spirit Within You moved. So.
Oh, they did?
See, my spirit and my spirit, they're right next to each other on my paper. The Spirit Us Reiki Center is 3300
East Sunrise Avenue.
Suite 102. And it's Spirit, capital U-S, Reiki at AOL.
Yeah, Spirit Us is one word.
Yeah,
so.
Spirit Us is all one word. Spirit Us, but it actually says Spirit Us Reiki at AOL, so you're going to have to email them because I don't think they have a website yet.
No, I think they're working on it. But you can go. They do have a Facebook page, so if you go to Spirit Us Reiki Center, they do have a meetup.com page, so you can go there.
Yep. And the other one is the Oasis to Zen, which is 5715 West Alexander Road, Suite 140, and that's Rancho and
Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are really the three places that you're going, huh?
Yeah.
And the salt room.
Oh, hold on just a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where am I at? The salt room.
We don't know. You're a Fig Newton of my imagination.
Well, I promote all different businesses and any business that we have performed at. I put that at the bottom because I just believe in sharing the love and everybody.
I do too. I don't.
All the people.
Think the competition thing works in this business.
We may be performing primarily at 3 places, but I promote all these places because I just love them all. So, the salt room is at 1958. Village Center Circle Suite 7, and it's kind of where those roundabouts are up in Summerlin area by the library.
It's the town center. It's the town center area.
I think there's
up there.
Albertson. Is it an Albertson?
It's right off Summerlin Parkway. It's the town center exit, and it's right up in there.
Yeah, and it's like there's almost right beside an Albertsons and CVS or something like that. So those are the 4 main places, and like I said, we love those places mostly. That's where we're primarily
So do you
at,
sell your CD at all of those places as well? So you can get Sherry's CD if you want to visit any one of those. And if they would like to get a hold of you, do you mail them to people?
I could.
Okay. What an idea. All righty then.
I think I have. Yeah.
Shipping and handling charge.
If you're interested in Sherry's CD, you can call her or email. Which way would you like them to contact?
Either one.
Okay, well, you should give them the number then, because I don't know it. I know your name and my phone, and that's...
Okay. I know what my phone number is.
Yeah, but I didn't know sometimes when you blank out. I'm like, oh, what is that again?
My
Wait a second.
phone number is 702-521-1121, and leave a message because I don't always answer the phone.
Because she's enjoying her life way too much.
There you go.
She
Because I'm out having fun.
Because she's cleaned her closet and done all that stuff.
Email is libra4601@yahoo.com.
Libra4601
@yahoo.com.
@yahoo.com.
And my website is innerrhythmexperience.com.
You still have the same website.
I do.
Wow, I'm impressed. You just are so relaxed. It's just so cool to see that.
It's so good to be this way, too.
And see, that's how we work so well together, because I tend to be more this way.
You guys are in the crystal bowl energy all the time.
right.
All the time. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So
It's beautiful.
I'm Elena Risto, or some people know me as Laney Risto. You can reach me at 702-308-8464. I am a shamanic practitioner and teacher, and I teach healing circles. Well, I used to say around the valley, but now I teach healing circles and workshops at Spirit Us Reiki Center, 3300 East Sunrise Avenue, Suite 102 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am going to be the last week. I'm going to be at Soul Sanctuary this next. I'm going to be helping with the empath class that they teach there. I'm now on the Speakers Network with Earth Angels, working with the kids. That's fun. I have 2 full moon ceremonies going on this month. One is on the 28th at the Meadows.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on Valley View between Sahara and Desert Inn. And I'm also at Spiritus Reiki Center on the 29th doing another full moon ceremony, and who knows how many people will be there this time and how wonky I get, but Spirit of the Moon comes down and always gives healing and blessings and messages to people. And with that, this week, if you're feeling a little unsettled, if you would like to relax, find yourself, call Sherry and buy her Inner Rhythms CD. Go try a crystal rhythm, try a crystal bowl meditation. Go to theirs and you'll see you can sit under a pyramid and close your eyes and you'll be in Egypt listening to crystal bowls.
There you go.
Do whatever it takes to calm your vibration down or to raise it, whatever the case may be. And with that, we'll be back next week at 5 minutes after 3, providing the storms don't knock out the internet again. Thank you so much for watching us, and stay happy. Bye. Everybody wave. Yay, bye.
Deep in despair, thinking that no one really cares.